My name is Debra Algie. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at the One&Only Hotel. I had the desire to become part of the hospitality because of something that actually happened at school, and then got beaten by the bug of being in hospitality and started operationally thinking I was going to do food and beverage. Ended up doing more rooms division management and fell in love with the commercial aspects of the hospitality industry now. My role revolves around relationships and how those relationships with our travel trade partners, how we develop relationships with our guests or our direct consumers, and how that drives business to the hotel. So ultimately, my responsibility is ensuring we're busy. It's not an 8 to 5 job in any sense of the word, and anybody who's expecting to mold it into that perhaps has chosen the wrong industry to be in. It doesn't work that way. You're almost like stage actors. So you walk from behind the doors or the back of house area and you're suddenly becoming a different person. And I don't think we're necessarily becoming fake people. We're not acting, but we are doing something, and then you go behind the scenes again and the team is there to help you and support you. It's energetic, it's different. You can't sit at a desk after you've spent time in hospitality. I've always been a creative person, and whilst I'm not the one icing the cakes and doing the decorations and the flowers, I still manage to get my creativity out in a lot of the collateral we do, and yeah, don't want to be boxed in. My best parts when working operationally would definitely be the teamwork. So there was always that sort of feeling of family, and there was always that feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day. So you got through a really tough day, but you got through it together and you celebrated that together. I get to travel a lot. I get to meet amazing people that I would never have met. And with the level of the brand that we work within, you get to have experiences, visit places, go to events that in a normal lifestyle, it's never happens. What engages me most is the amazing hotel that we have, the phenomenal brand that we represent. It's not difficult promoting or selling a hotel of this nature, and it's not just the physical building, it goes back to the team that occupies this building and makes those experiences happen for our guests. One of my biggest learning experiences was having to realize either making sure the staff are well trained enough to know what you're meaning, or being very specific in what you're telling people to do. You think you're communicating well, and then suddenly you realize you're not so much. So it also goes back to, say, almost the basics, not just the operational basics, but the basics are we doing weekly team meetings? Are you actually connecting with your team members in a way that they understand and that they're getting something from it? You start to make assumptions and you forget sometimes just to go back to the good stuff. For me, what your impact is as an executive team member versus a manager, the big difference is you have a much broader understanding of what the big picture of the business is about, a higher level of accountability. I hate it when the hotel is empty. I feel like I've let everybody down. I take that quite personally in some ways, so it's always great when the hotel has, over the last couple of years, done incredibly well. So yeah, that aspect, and then understanding the bigger picture. We often have to make decisions or communicate decisions sometimes that we may not 100% agree with, but at the end of the day, it's what's going to impact the business in a much better way in the long run. Whilst we are a senior management team, we are still all team members and not letting down another team member. You may not always get along very well, but you certainly don't drop each other. You have to keep learning and be aware of the detail. For me, hospitality is all about that detail, that follow through, that follow up. It's not a case of not trusting people that you're working with, it's owning what you're doing. And then from a learning perspective, you never know enough. You don't finish school and walk out the door. The world is changing on a constant basis, and Google is a wonderful university, so you have to keep learning. Ultimately, I'm very proud of where the business has grown to, and it certainly wasn't my endeavours. It was a huge team effort with a lot of support from our corporate offices as well. And I think I'm also proud of how much I've continued to learn and grow over the last 5 years that I've been in this hotel and this brand.